Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Gauntlet 2, time for a little hackin' and slashin'. In 1985, Atari released Gauntlet, a top-down hack-and-slasher for arcades. It was an instant hit for its good graphics, solid gameplay, and multiplayer content. The game was so popular that not only did it get ported to all the usual suspects, but they released a sequel to the game barely 1 year later, and while not as well received, still did pretty alright, and also got ported around, this time finally making it to the Game Boy. Maybe it's not the most well-known series, but Gauntlet left a legacy on gaming with some really solid arcade games and ports, and more importantly, it was one of the first games to mash up two distinct genres of gaming into one. The first Gauntlet game mashed up dungeon crawlers and hack and slashers. Typically, dungeon crawlers were slower games about traversing a large dungeon, getting into battles and solving puzzles, and hack and slashers were about, well, hacking and slashing. Gauntlet combined those two, leading you to traversing massive dungeons and fighting your way through enemies. It paved the way for games like Diablo and Torchlight and Path of Exile, but Gauntlet 2 was the first one to actually be on Game Boy, and I'll admit, scaling a whole hack and slash dungeon crawler down to Game Boy certainly seems like a tall task. And this is one of those covers that makes me love video game covers. Warriors, wizards, and archers coming together to stand in a scary field. All it needs is some vague subtitle and you have yourself a perfect fantasy novel. So how does one scale a game this big down to the handheld? Let's find out. We're heading into Gauntlet 2. Oh my god. Look at that title screen. It's amazing. I just want to stay on this screen forever. It's Gauntlet 2, by the way. Look at the goblin. Look at the archer. Look at the everything. Do I have... Fine, I'll move on. Mindscapes presents Gauntlet 2. Licensed by Nintendo. Press start to begin. Okay. Was that actual voice acting? Wow, that's rare. Okay. There's no music. There's absolutely no music. Sound effect is nice, though. I'll pick up this thing. Oh, uh-oh. Nice. I'm actually kind of impressed already with how the game is scrolling and playing. Usually Game Boy games don't look this good when they're doing this much scrolling. I'll pick up this, Etch-a-Sketch? What is this? A does nothing, by the way. Can I open this now? I can! Uh-oh. So in the corner, that's... The number counting down, I'm guessing, is my health? Yep, and if I get hit, it goes down and also just counts down via time. Hey, what's this? Oh, I really wish there was music, but then again, that does match the original arcade version, where there was not music at all. I'm guessing the key opens this wall. Bam. Say it again. There's voice acting in a Game Boy game. That's incredible. Say it again, baby. Oh. And I'm guessing the two-player down there, Valkyries, if I connect it up. Actually, I'm going to restart because I want to... What was that? I want to check something. Is it randomly generated? Oh my god. It is randomly generated, or at least there's a random selection that it chooses from. Wow. That's... I'm a little flabbergasted. You don't usually see this level of conversion go this well. Wait, is this just the same level flipped upside down? Okay, maybe it's not that amazing that the levels are slightly random, but still. Oh, here comes the warrior. Oh, yeah, the level's just flipped upside down. Great sound design, too. Oh, that was a very nice snatch of music. What the heck? Okay, I cannot tell what any of this is. This looks like half of Knuckles from Sonic. Oh, that's hurting me. Whoops. Oh, God, run. It's a little hard to figure out what the heck's going... This game actually has some of the best sound design I've ever seen in a Game Boy game. These are really nice sound effects. They put a lot of work into converting this. I'm really impressed. And the gameplay isn't amazing. You just walk around and hit B to fire, and that's literally all there is. Oh, okay. Everything else about it is fantastic. Okay, there is a little bit of slowdown, but not nearly as much as you get. Like, compare this to... Oh, God, a lot of stuff. Like, compared to, like, a game like Mortal Kombat 1 on the Game Boy, which if you've never seen it, is a disaster. Is this a treasure chest? Open up. Open up! And there's voice acting! In a Game Boy game! How? What? How? Look at some of these sprites, too. There's, like, different levels of detail. There's different, like, animation styles. Uh-oh, I'm being slimed. It's rare to see a Game Boy game that's this technologically well done. I'm it? Oh, I'm it. The game told me. Wait, what does it mean? I'm gonna pause really quick. I want to see if I can find how many levels this game has. Looking it up, the original arcade version did not have an ending. So it's very possible this game is just about high scores. Oh god, they brought in the ninjas.
Life force is running out.
It's talking to me! My Game Boy is talking. If I had this as a kid, my mind would be blown. So I don't know if there's bosses or if there's, you know, an actual ending. It might just be keep playing, see how far you can get. Compare high scores. You know what? We're gonna let... Oh. Neat. We're gonna let myself die. I want to see what happens. I just want to see what the game over screen looks like and if I can start from the same level. Because if not, I would I kind of imagine that, this game just keeps going.
Warrior is about to die.
Please don't tell me that. I actually do. I want to see what happens. I'm being attacked by this, clown. Oh. Yeah, at the end. Yeah, it looks like there's just a couple random levels. No, this is a new third level. Maybe it is entirely random. Or it's just choosing from a pool. But either way, I'm amazed at this game. Even if the gameplay's good, but even if it wasn't that good, I'd almost say you have to see it for yourself just to see how far they pushed the Game Boy. Good work, Atari. Great work, in fact. Move over, Stegosaurus. There's a new king of scaling in town. This was honestly one of the best conversions I have ever seen on Game Boy. Just going off how the game looked, it ran extremely well with very little lag, considering how much was happening on screen between the enemies and hazards. Even the scrolling in the game was done really well. Games like Link's Awakening didn't even have that. The game also played well, with a simple style of gameplay that matched the original arcade classic and nearly ran just as well. But honestly, the thing that sold me the most on the game was the sound design of all things. The Game Boy was mostly known for bleepy bloopy sound effects. Certainly not bad, but fairly limited. This game pushed the sound chip as far as it could go. Detailed sounds, distinct effects for everything, and even voice clips. I can count on one hand how many Game Boy games I've played that have voice clips. All considered, this game was kind of a technological masterpiece. Just going by gameplay alone, the game is worth a recommendation, but all the technical details push it over the top to being an absolute must-play, one of the finest arcade ports that I have ever seen. Now, can we hear that voice clip one more time?
Welcome, Warrior.
Ah, yeah, that's the stuff. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to subscribe so you can follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy Vault. I'm BrianJ, and I'll see you next time.